Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to Thursday. Welcome to another episode of What's on the Menu. I am Will Galvez, joined by my co-host Dale. It is May 28th. Dale, how are we doing today?
Been better. We're gonna be okay though. How about you?
A little better. Everything all right?
Yeah, dude. There's just so much bullshit in life right now. It's just like every day something new comes up. So
that's usually how it goes,
yeah.
Especially with the coronavirus. And speaking of bullshit, there's more bullshit going on in baseball. We led off the show yesterday with what we believed was kind of an unfair deal for the players in Major League Baseball. The MLB submitted an economic plan in terms of the players' salaries. Well, Max Scherzer decided to speak out. What did he say?
So this is a tweet from Max Scherzer. After discussing the latest developments with the rest of the players, there's no reason to engage with MLB in any further compensation reductions. We have previously negotiated a pay cut in the version of prorated salaries, and there's no justification to accept a second pay cut based upon the current information the union has received. I'm glad to hear the other players voicing the same viewpoint and believe MLB's economic strategy would completely change if all documentation were to become public information. So I took that as the owners are hiding some serious cash on those books.
100%. Okay, Scherzer is the MLBPA alternate rep, and he is the Nationals union representative. He's saying, fuck this, because he's another player that's deserving of a large amount of money. And as we mentioned before, they don't want to go on a salary cap. They don't want to do that. They fought so many years for this, and this is reminiscent of the 1994 strike when there wasn't a World Series. I mean, talk about that. Dale, can you imagine if there's not a World Series, a season, playoffs, anything?
Something is going to have to give, and I think this is across all platforms, in order to change how these owners are getting compensated, I think.
So they are very, very reluctant on doing this, but they don't want to pay anymore. And once the owners proposed that prorated deal in March, I had a feeling that the league was not going to be returning anytime soon. And you know what? I'm on the player's side on this one. You're right. Something's got to give it this way, because if there's no season this year, there is billions, with a B, billions of dollars that is going to be lost, and they cannot afford that. I mean, that is completely unacceptable. It can't happen.
I absolutely love the players calling the owners' bluff here, though. Can you imagine what would happen if some of these owners' books actually became public?
That would be, especially with social media now, dude, it would be absolutely
there ridiculous. Would be some mid-market teams that riot, whose fan bases riot, I think.
I mean, some of the reactions, players were livid, players were disappointed, they completely balked at this. Look, I'm with Scherzer. They need to pay the players.
But at least across the pond, we don't have that issue. We have some live sports coming back in June. Let's go.
All right, this is it, people. Let's move. Let's go.
Yes.
Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody calm down.
Premier League action back June 17th. Dude, I'm pumped. I'm not the biggest soccer guy, but live sports, betting, gambling, let's go.
So the neighbors across the pond, after taking a 100-day hiatus because of the coronavirus bullshit, all 20 premier clubs unanimously agreed on this. So they want to resume full contact. Bundesliga, that's the the German soccer league, Bayern Munich. They showed what it took for them to do this. I'm excited for this to happen because with the Premier League returning, I mean, ideally, if it gets pushed back, they said it could be as late as June 26th. Again, they do have to do the whole quarantine stuff where you have to self-isolate and do your own stuff for 14 days. But they want all the fixtures done by August 1. And one of the biggest ones is Manchester City and Arsenal.
Biggest soccer fan in the world right now. I'm so excited that sports are back.
Given what's going on and the fact that there is just a giant stalemate in the MLB, football is still miles away. The NBA is making some sort of progress to try and return. And then we talked about hockey yesterday. I love this. This is great. And considering that the Olympics were canceled and horse racing is getting pushed back and golf, we just have exhibition matches right now. Great thing for us.
It's almost like the Premier League looked at the NFL, MLB, and NBA and was just like, here, hold my drink. And they're gonna go back to work. Yeah, and they're going back to work. So I'm pumped about that. This morning when I woke up, James Jones was literally all over Twitter.
Whose show was he on?
Dude, I saw him on Pat McAfee. I saw him on Coward.
Is Derek Carr going to be driving that Ferrari all season long, or does Mariota have a chance of taking over?
Mariota has zero chance. Man.
Hey, they're paying him, though.
But something that he did say caught my eye. He said that Derek Carr is a special thrower of the football.
Derek Carr is special, man. He's a special thrower of the football.
I don't know about that take, James Jones. I think that this is Derek Carr's last year in Oakland.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
Is that weird to say?
I forgot. It's very weird. I'm going to have to get used to that one.
I can't stand the Raiders at all. But I got to say, it kind of rolls off the tongue. I kind of like the Las Vegas Raiders. And I'm sure you've seen videos of that Death Star, a.k.a. Allegiant Stadium. It is so nice. It is so nice.
Is it as nice as Derek Carr, though?
Here's the thing. Here's my take on Derek Carr. And I was pretty brash on him before just because he hasn't done anything. He hasn't. Except for the 2016 season when he actually had a decent team. And this is before the Raiders imploded and sent away Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper. They were on a roll that I was a bit nervous. I thought they could go on a tear in the playoffs until they were playing the Indianapolis Colts. I think it was around Christmas time, and Derek Carr was mic'd up. I'm sure you've seen like highlights. It's called FX, where the player's mic'd up, and you can hear him like cursing on the sideline, talking to a coach, talking shit to other players. He broke his leg.
Marty, what's up? It's broke. It's broke. It's broke. It's broke.
He couldn't finish the season because I'll give him this. He is durable. And after watching him on Hard Knocks last year, he's a pretty personable guy. I really don't have a reason to hate Derek Carr. I think he does have a pretty explosive arm. I just feel that the weapons around him and the defense hasn't really supported him. Now, I want to say this. You had Marcus Mariota, who signed on March 23rd. $17.6 million. 2 years, $7.5 million guaranteed. That's a lot of fucking money for a backup.
It is.
John Gruden loves playmakers at the QB position. My thing is, do you see a scenario where at some point during the year in Las Vegas, if there is a season, considering coronavirus and everything, can Mariota take the reins of the Raiders?
I don't think Mariota's the answer. We've talked about this before. I'm not a Mariota guy.
Why?
I just genuinely don't think he's that good of an NFL quarterback. I think he's always going to be a really good number two. I mean, don't get me wrong, good for him getting his backup money. But I don't know if anyone that Vegas has right now is the answer at quarterback. I think Derek Carr probably is a little bit better than Mariota. A little bit, but I don't think their answer is currently there. They're going to struggle on offense this year again, I think.
I don't know what it is about Mariota. There was something while he was at Oregon when he won the Heisman and just kicked ass that year and fucking lost to your Ohio State Buckeyes. Motherfuckers.
There it is.
But I think it's because he's not an asshole. And I feel that he has the intangibles to do it. Because look what happened. So he goes to Tennessee. One, he's from Hawaii. And he's a pretty low-key guy. Doesn't have any social media. And he's a big family guy. All of his family still resides in Hawaii. I mean, you probably couldn't pick you could probably pick only a few cities NFL-wise that were further from Hawaii. That's a big transition. I think being closer now, being in Vegas, being only, a couple-hour flight from Hawaii, I think it changed the scenery. I'm not going to be surprised. But I do have to say, I don't know if the QBs on this roster are the future for John Gruden. Remember, he signed that 10-year deal. I mean, this is an extremely drawn-out contract for him with a lot of back-end money in a state with no state taxes, and he has a new GM. He inherited Derek Carr. I don't think –
he did.
It's not now. I feel like last year. I don't know if you're a Hard Knocks guy, but it just felt like their relationship was forged. Like they were trying so hard, and the chemistry wasn't naturally there. I mean, he hasn't even won 40 games in his career. He's 39-55. Like he's been in the league since 2014. I mean, he is a seasoned veteran.
He's an average guy. He's an average quarterback.
And I give it to the front office. They haven't really done anything. But this year they take Henry Ruggs, that speedster out of Alabama. I still would have taken Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb over him. I think this is the make or break it year for Carr.
It absolutely is. Guys, thanks for listening in to What's on the Menu Daily. Please go check out episode 1 of the podcast. It is on iTunes. It is on Spotify. Our YouTube channel is also up and running. Go give us some subscribes, give us some follows. We'd love to hear your feedback.
Go follow What's on the Menu daily. As always, had some pretty spicy items on the menu. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yep. See you.